So welcome back to the program. Joining me now is Nicole Roberts-Jones, and she is a woman who believes in purpose, power, and profit, and she's helping a lot of Black women throughout America understand and engage in their entrepreneurial spirit. She's here to talk about that. I should just break down what Nicole Roberts does. She is uniquely gifted at one thing, and that's drawing out what's best in every one of us, whether we're male or female, Black or white, but she's helping a lot of people develop the brilliance and taking that brilliance all the way to the bank. And certainly at a time of COVID-19, we need to know that. But Nicole, before we get started on you, let's talk about your response and reaction to Senator Kamala Harris being historically named as a vice presidential candidate to run with Joe Biden. And I understand you're an AKA just like she is.
I am. And I'll tell you, first of all, thank you for having me.
Sure.
The thing that I think makes me most excited about her is that she gives us permission, right? As women and really as women of color. So, I'm from California, by the way. So she was the first Black woman district attorney in California. Then she became our first, I'm going to mess up all her titles, right? Our first, and she was many first, let me say that, right?
Attorney General.
So I think what she does, Attorney General, thank you. What she does is just continues to give us permission. And so I love that the most about her.
When you say permission to do what?
Yes, love it. So to go outside of the box, the world will tell us as women that we're supposed to be one way. And many of us, including me, I started on a path of what other people told me I should do or be. She gives us permission to think outside of that box as a first of many.
Having stated all that, what are you doing to help women today?
So what I do is I help women take their gifts and get paid for them, really to create multiple streams of income from them. As we're in this pandemic, the thing I know for sure is your purpose, your gift will never be canceled, right? And so for me, my business has been doing better in the pandemic because I'm at home, and guess what? I already worked from home. So I'm really helping women take their gifts and understanding how to create multiple streams of income from it, which I've been doing, by the way. It's just gotten better because of the pandemic.
I want to talk more about that. If you'll stay with me, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll be talking to you about exactly what you're doing and specifically how it's impacting the lives of so many women across this country, especially during this pandemic. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Welcome back to the program. So I'm talking to Nicole Roberts-Jones, and she has an amazing program that really impacts the lives of Black women and their entrepreneurial spirit. Nicole, tell me more about your program and how it's going.
Sure. So I will tell you the one thing that I see so many women do. By the way, I've been doing this for 27 years, even though I'm only 28. I've been doing this for 27 years. So the thing that I've seen so many women do is we overlook our intellectual property and we give it away for free, right? So anytime someone says to you, can I pick your brain? Can I run something past you? And you allow it, you're giving away, I always like to say, your cookie for free, right? When that's the very thing that's intrinsic to your DNA, your distinct natural ability, and it's the way you were meant to get paid. And so really what I do is help women understand that, how to package it, and then serve all those that need that gift inside of you. And when you do that, of course, you get paid to do that. So.
Well, that's really great. When women come to you, do they know about your background as being a talent coach and a casting director formerly with BET?
I love that you know all this stuff. So no, most people don't know all this stuff. So what's interesting is when I look at my first career, so my dream job ever since I was 7 years old was to be in entertainment. And I did that. I graduated my bachelor's degree in TV and film. I went into TV and film. I worked for some great networks, great TV shows, working in casting and producing, but I felt like something was missing. And I'm sharing that with you because I know many women, we get into careers that maybe it was a thing we dreamed of. Maybe it was something someone else told us we should do, and we are successful in it, right? I still miss the parties, by the way, but something seems like it's missing. And so when I began to talk to my friends about that, they kept thinking, what's going on with you? So to make a long story short, I started to ponder and look at what are my gifts and talents. Now, here we are 27 years later. I understand what I'm doing now. I am still producing. I am still talent management, because that's really what I do with women. And so it wasn't that I was doing anything wrong. I just had another layer to discover for myself. And I think so many women get into positions, get into careers, and they don't stop long enough to sit with their own soul.
You know, the reason why I brought up your background is because you have worked with a lot of celebrities, a lot of people who have gone on to do some great things they're already doing, and now they're doing more. And I wanted to talk about it because a lot of people want to know what you know, and then they know that you care about them, and you're bringing that care to them. So now that you've come full circle and you're doing what your passion really is and what your purpose is on this planet, what are women saying to you as a result of being in your classes and getting the instructions from you to make their lives purposeful, powerful, and profitable?
Mm. So I call it the lighthouse effect. You
Yeah.
know, if you ever go to Massachusetts, which is where I live, and you go out to the Cape and you see how dark it is at night. And when the ships need to find their way to shore, the only thing that can lead them is that lighthouse. And so for me, standing in the full power of my gift, there's one of my favorite Bible verses is let your light so shine among men and women. I added that they may see your good work and glorify your Father in heaven. So when my light is on and I'm being all of me unapologetically, that is the effect. So I hear things like, oh, Nicole, like people that knew me, 20 something years ago, there's something different about you. There's nothing different. I'm just standing in all of me, right? I'm not compromising. I'm not being mediocre. I'm not dimming my light because someone else may be uncomfortable, right? So I think for me, the very thing people see in me is the very thing I hold the space for women to do for themselves as well.
Now, you know, there are a lot of excuses out there. You know, there are
Mhm.
a lot of women who will say, but I can't do it because the president says this. I can't do it because Congress says this. I can't do it
Right.
because I'm up against this. I'm up against that. Excuses can paralyze us with analysis, and we never get started. So
Hmm.
what's your message to women who are sitting on the fence, sitting with their talent,
Hmm.
and not really expanding upon that because they're paralyzed by fear in terms of what's going on in this world today?
So what I say to that is your comfort zone is where dreams go to die.
Mm.
So when you do something outside of your norm, which is why I love Kamala, by the way, because she keeps stepping outside her comfort zone. I'm sure running, first of all, running for president, when she was running for the Democratic ticket, right, was hard enough. But now look at where she is. And that's not comfortable. None of what she's done is comfortable. Me starting my business when I didn't know what the heck I was doing 27 years ago wasn't comfortable. But nothing great happens in comfort. So your comfort and your conviction can never coexist. So excuses are you trying to stay in your comfort zone. Your excuses are you trying to make it easy. And God never said anything that was great was going to be easy. So if you want it, you've got to be willing to stretch and grow to get it.
Wow. I like that. How do we get in touch with you?
So my website, NicoleRobertsJones.com, is where you go. And yeah, and women that want to really grow your business there, if you go to my website, there's a quiz there. Take the quiz. It'll help you figure out where you are and what your next steps are.
I appreciate you so much. And thanks for sharing your insights and what you're doing to give back to the community. And you've been doing it for the past 27 years. I hope that it continues to grow and flourish in the midst of this pandemic. Nicole Roberts Jones, thank you for being a part of the program today. Don't be a
Thank
stranger.
you for having me. Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate what you're up to.
Thank
Thank you.
you. God bless you. We'll be back with more after this. And welcome back. I want to thank all of the guests who appeared on tonight's program, and I certainly want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy day to watch. I appreciate you immensely. And my final word is this. Michelle Obama stated, success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's lives. And she added, you may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all the world's problems at once, but don't ever underestimate the impact you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. Hopefully, we've been righted, ignited, and united to keep spreading not fear, not hate, but love, freedom, and peace. Good night.
Come on, all aboard.
Let me break it down for you like this.
The rhythm of love is easy to find if you're listening. The color of light isn't red, black, or white, but it's crimson. We all bleed the same. If you don't feel the groove, it's alright. Just give it time, give it time. Come on, y'all. Get on board. Mankind won't survive if our hearts beat inside a hateful rhythm. You see, love isn't bought, but comes with a price of forgiveness, and we all bleed the same. Yeah. If you don't feel it now, just wait. It's coming on, the love train. Just give it time, give it time. Get on board. That means you and you
on the love train.
get on board.
All creeds and colors,
Brothers
all sisters and
and
brothers
sisters,
on the love train.
get on board the love train. Everyone's invited. We're all united on the love train. Get on board. All creeds and colors, my sisters and brothers, get on board on the love train. Woo-hoo! Yeah. It's alright. Just give it time. Keep on marching on. Keep on